Hey everyone, how's it going? Five Finger Shuffle back here, and this is take 2 of the Naga video, which is going to be the best Naga. For those of you that don't know, the best series is basically a series where we go over all 5 elements of a certain champion, and then we go over gear recommendations and where to use them, and then we pick who we think the best one is out of the bunch, and we show you some gameplay. So if you noticed, yesterday I actually posted this video, and the reason this is take 2 is because the video I posted yesterday, for some reason, had no audio. So I took it down as soon as I saw all your guys' comments saying that it had no audio. So here we are, we're recording the whole thing over again. I actually missed a couple things that I wanted to show you guys, so this is a good chance for me to show you that stuff that I didn't get to show you in yesterday's video. So hopefully this helps you out. And let's just jump right into it. The first one we're going to talk about is the Fire Naga Laminar. So the same first skill applies for all 5 of the elements. Shoots a stream of water from his staff, attacking an enemy at a distance. Every 4th attack, if the Naga has any debuffs, transfers one of these debuffs at random to the target enemy. So basically what this means is for bosses especially, if, say, for example, you're in Widow and he puts ongoing damage onto you, Laminar will take that ongoing damage off of himself and put it back on the boss, which will help you kill him faster, and it'll keep the ongoing damage off of himself. So great for bosses. Second skill, Ink Cloud, squirts ink at his enemies, damages and disorients based on max HP. So you're going to build him as a tank, and he also puts up the disorient debuff, which is really nice. Rejuvenating Stream applies regen to himself and nearby allies, so he's got a small heal for your whole team. Also really nice for bosses. And Tidal Scourge summons a mighty tidal wave in a direction, damages, blocks buffs, and removes all buffs from enemies struck by the wave. So again, if you're running him in Steel Widow, he will he'll block buffs, and B, he will strip as well. So he can take off the invulnerability in Steel Widow 10. So looking back, he's got ongoing damage essentially, because we know that the Widow boss does ongoing damage and he can transfer back. He's got disorient, he's got a regen, he's got block buffs, and he's got a strip. So this guy is tailor-made for Widow 10. If you're having a hard time beating Widow, then he's amazing for it. Next one up is going to be the nature one, Benthos. So Benthos, same first skill with the transfer debuffs. Second skill is similar. It squirts ink at his enemies, dealing damage to them, but doesn't do any debuffs on it. So this one's the worst of the second skills, but his third skill is the better of the third skills. He's got the shield. Shields himself and nearby allies, shield amount based on target's max HP. So this is one of the strongest shields in the game. It's ridiculously strong. It will protect your entire team, letting them take no damage, and it's got a really low downtime as well. I know my Water Naga, who we will get a chance to take a look at, actually will put up multiple shields because he's got it up so fast. And finally, Changing Tides summons a mighty tidal wave in a direction, damages, lowers attack, and marks enemies struck by the wave. So this is really strong for Elder Drake because he's got the lower attack, which is again going to keep you from getting nuked, and he'll throw the mark up there, and he's got the shield, and he's got a transfer debuff. So all in all, really strong. If you're having a hard time passing Drake, throw him in your team, and you'll notice right away, because of the shield especially, and the lower attack, that the boss does no damage to you, and you pretty easily are going to make it through. The third one we're going to look at is Fathom. I've actually built this guy. He's 6-starred. He's almost max skilled. We'll take a look at him a bit later. Same first skill. Second skill is the better one with the blind attached to it though. The third skill is the shield, so he's got the best of all 3 of the first skills, and then he's got Flood, which damages enemies struck by the wave, slows, and lowers attack. So again, amazing for bosses. The slow doesn't work on the boss because the boss doesn't move. This is for movement speed. Attack speed is apparently a different debuff. But he does have lower attack, he's got a shield, he's got blind, and he's got the transfer debuff, which can do, in Widow, will do ongoing damage. So all in all, another great one for Widow. That's why I built him. I use him in my 4-man Widow team. We'll take a look at that, like I said, at the end, after we go through all these guys. But it basically allows me to run it so safely that I can level Fodder with my 5th position. The fourth one is Perigee, the light one. And I don't really like this one. I'm sorry if you have pulled this guy, but I think he's the worst one of the Nagas. He's not bad, but I just don't think he's the best one of the Nagas. So he still has that transfer with the first skill. He's got the disorient with the second skill, which is really nice. The regen is really nice, and he's got the slow and lowers attack, which again, all four skills are really nice. It's just they don't really work together as well as the other ones do. So like the water one and the nature one both have the shield with the slow and lowers attack, so which makes them really good for bosses. And the fire one has the regen, but then he also has where's his fourth skill here? He has the strip and the block buff on the fourth skill, which makes him better for Widow than the attack break. So it doesn't work as well as some of the other ones do. He still has a great skill kit. Maybe he'll be really good for co-op, but at this time co-op isn't out yet. Should be out in the next week or two, but for now, pre-co-op, he just isn't the best of the bunch. But he does have a great kit, and I'm sure at some point he'll be really useful. He just doesn't really have a place just yet when all the natural elements are better than he is. And finally, Gabion, the dark one. This guy by far has the best kit. He has the best of all four skills. So the first skill has the same as the others with the transfers debuff. The second skill has the blind. The third skill has that crazy strong shield. And his fourth skill is the same as the fire one, which has the block buff and the removes all buffs. So he's got the strip, the shield, the blind, and the transfers debuff. Super similar to both the fire one and the water one. The first three skills of the water one, except he's got the strip and the block buffs instead of the attack break and the slow. And then super similar to the fire one in that the first, second, and fourth skills are the same, but he's got the shield instead of the regen. So all in all, he's got the best of all the skills. He's incredible. If you have him, you're lucky enough to pull him, make sure you skill him up, show him some love. I wish I had one personally, and congratulations. So what I'm going to do now is show you the gear here of Fathom before I forget. So Fathom doesn't have the best gear. Here, let's switch it to look at it like this. Fathom doesn't have the best gear, but he's still got 60k HP. He has 1300 defense, and he's got 76% accuracy. He's on HP, defense, HP, and he's on adept precise. So I put a precise on him just so he can transfer the debuff and land his other debuffs, and adept just so he can put that shield up as often as possible. He's on all 6-star, well, his main slots are a 6-star gear, but they're all plus 12, so I could get a ton more HP out of that if I were to max them. Yeah, I don't bother doing the math, but we get a lot more HP out of it. You'll just have to trust me. Let's actually jump in and take a look at some gameplay. So we're going to jump into Widow. And this is my 4-man team. I just fed the person that I was foddering, or leveling in here. So let's actually take him out because we're lucky enough to have a dark rep that we can try out. He's only 5-star, but here is his gear. He's got 50k HP with 32% accuracy. Again, he's only 5-star. He hasn't been shown the love he deserves just yet, but hopefully after this video he'll get 6-starred. So let's bring some fodder in here. Let's see. Say you wanted to run, trying to find a good example in here. So my Rhoda here, she's level 56. She's not max level yet. Maybe I just want to level her up, but I'm worried about her dying here. And if she dies during the boss, then the boss is going to do his double lasers and wipe my whole team. The nice thing is with this guy, his shield is so strong that even if Rhoda dies, we're still going to survive. So let's try running it this way, and you can kind of see the power of a weakly runed 5-star Naga, and then we'll do the same thing, but we'll do it with my Naga, just so you get to see the water one and the dark one. All right. So the waves shouldn't be too slow because we do have the Rhoda in there. So that's another way you can use this, is you could put like a wave clearer in here and make the runs a little bit faster. If you're having a hard time getting down to that 1.5 to 1 minute runs. So say you only have, like, early on I only have the Nature Blade Master. So maybe I could have run the Nature Blade Master with the Naga, because the Naga will keep her alive. And even if she does die, it doesn't matter because the Naga is there to protect the rest of my team. If you guys haven't seen my Widow video, I actually put out a Steel Widow video early on that has me 3-manning this boss, and it was just Xenia, Manas, and the Water Snake Lady. So you can check that out as well. If I remember, I'll put the link in the description below. So basically, Xenia comes in and strips. Manas, the Manas and the Snake Lady do ongoing damage, and then of course this guy also is going to be transferring ongoing damage onto the boss, and he's got a strip, which is really nice for this level. And then Rhoda's helping with damage as well. So not a bad run. Gonna be around 1:20-ish. So there you go. Rhoda died, but the Greater Demon, even at 5-star, did enough shield to keep us alive, and we still cleared the boss. So that's exactly what I wanted you guys to see, is exactly what happens when somebody dies at the boss. Because I could easily level somebody. Here, let's go back to this. I could easily level, like, say a 3-star nature champion here, because what's going to happen is, here, let's change this. So let's take you out. We'll put Fathom in. Fathom is 6-star max and almost max skilled as well. But say we ran something like this. Let me get down to a 3-star here. Say we ran something like this. This guy, the bounty hunter, is going to die really fast, and he won't even make it to the boss. So we don't have to worry. If you go into the boss with 4 champions, he's still not going to do his massive laser skill. It's only if he dies at the boss that that skill is going to pop up, or somebody drops below 50%. So we could do this relatively easily because of the death. But what we're going to do, let's do the exact same team, and just so you can see him at 6-star. So where's my Rhoda? There she is. All right, so let's try this. Just gives you one more chance to see the Naga, and gets you a chance to see the difference between a 5-star one and a 6-star one. Now, like I said, the dark one is definitely better. The only reason that it might be better this way is just because mine is 6-starred and the dark one was only 5-starred. The difference between the two is mine has the attack break, and the dark one actually has the strip. That strip is really strong for here. If you have good enough gear on him and enough attack bar reduction, you could actually run him as your solo stripper if you really wanted to. You might have some issues stripping in time just because it is his ultimate and it doesn't come up as often, but it should still work. So see here, Rhoda took a little health, but we put the shield up, and then Xenia came in and healed, so no big deal. We'll be fine. We'll get to the boss probably around the same amount of time, just because the damage doesn't really change with the Nagas, no matter what level they are. So that's why you can get away with using them as 5-star. I use mine as 5-star forever. I just had so many Nagas in storage that I decided to 6-star mine. And I also want to try using him for the new Ascended floors, just because his shield is so ridiculously strong. Alright, so it looks like Xenia actually missed her strip the first time there. That's why that took a little longer. But now we're doing decent damage. See, Rhoda has taken actually 0 damage so far. She's still max health, just because that shield is so strong. And the shield's up again. Even though he's doing skills, like, she's taking 0 damage, and she's a nature monster in a fire boss. So we easily cleared that, throwing Rhoda in there, who's super squishy, and nature in a fire boss. So just shows you the power of the Nagas. Nice drop there, the 3-star Puzzle Puff. So let's exit out of here. In terms of using her in other places, or any of them in other places, like I said, they would be good in Drake, they would be good in Widow. You could maybe try an arena defense, like if you wanted to throw the dark one in arena defense with the strip, that might be really helpful. I don't know how, like if I don't think I would throw the water one in there. You could definitely use them in Blitz if you want to run a heavy shield for Blitz. In terms of farming, I wouldn't use him as a farmer, and I wouldn't really consider using him on arena offense either. But all in all, an incredible champion. I realize they're really overlooked, so definitely consider building one. Really, for these ascended floors, they may be mandatory, and super useful for co-op as well when it does eventually launch. So hopefully that helps. If you guys enjoyed the video or helped you out, please hit that like button. It does help me out a lot. Also share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. We are doing stream tomorrow night. It's a holiday here today, so we won't be streaming today, but we will be streaming tomorrow night, which is Tuesday. So hopefully we see you all there. It's twitch.tv/5fingershuffle. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you all soon with another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.